Alright, hey everyone, Wonderbot here, and welcome back to Spellforce 3. So, I figured out I can turn on follow cam, which is probably kind of, mostly useful, sometimes kind of broken.
Few people know the story behind the impressive hall, with its gilded pillars and domed roof. It was constructed in 6542 by King Arif Eilith as a monument to his greatness. Arif was known for his cruelty and decadence. When after a fight, his equally disliked brother attempted to kill him, Arif fled all the way to the top of the Grey Tower, into his shrine. But his brother, sword in hand, followed. A fight ensued in which both of them were fatally wounded. Ever since, the hall has stood as a symbol for justice.
This isn't the Hall of War. You know that, don't you?
No, Bertrand, I forgot. But I want to see this trial you were talking about.
Well, it's probably already started. Let's go take a look.
Silence will not change anything. I hope you realize that.
What do you want me to say? That I used my magic to kill those soldiers? Yes, I did. And I would do it again. Because they tried to kill me.
She's lying, for heck's sake! That bloody witch is lying!
You know what? You're right. I killed these men just because I liked it. Then I cooked a potion from their entrails and finally found myself a nice little broom to fly off into the moonlight.
Do you think this is the time for jesting?
I don't. But for the past hour, I have done nothing but repeat the same story over and over again.
For which you have no evidence.
Yes, and neither do you. Apart from a stable boy who was part of the act all along. But you know, that's the great thing about religious idiots like you. You always pick the story you like most. Now go ahead. Get that pretty little mask on my face already. I'm sure Aonir would enjoy that as much as seeing elven mages raped by Leonider soldiers.
Heresy. This is heresy.
Area of Finnenmere. You are hereby found guilty of breaking the new laws by using magic to slay 3 soldiers of the royal army. The punishment will be death by the pike and shall be carried out by the morrow. The trial is over.
That's tough.
What do you make of this?
I don't know. She might be speaking the truth, or she might be lying. But it's 2 witnesses against her word, so I guess the sentence was only fair.
Who's that woman? The older one?
You don't know? Alright, now that surprises me. That was Amaria Leonider, the only surviving member of House Leonider. All of her sons died in the final battle of the Nortander army against your father's rebels.
She seemed to be very upset by what the elves said about Aonir.
Yeah, no wonder. She's one of the most fervent followers of the purity. Probably also one of the reasons why they could get so much influence within the crown. House Leonider was one of the greatest armies in Nortander. But let's go, shall we? I wouldn't want to keep the Lord Marshal waiting any longer.
Loot. Must rob the court. Why not?
In the midst of the keep, like a lithic giant challenging the sky, stands the Grey Tower. Though not the highest of towers, it is no doubt the most important, as it houses both the Hall of War and the Hall of Justice.
You know, Tahar, there's something I've been wondering about lately.
What?
All this, the army, the Wolf Guard, the crown, does it fulfill you?
What do you mean?
It just, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Alright, that should be the last of the weird cuts for a while. I've been recording this game kind of piecemeal. I've been busy. Recording everything else, getting everything else together, and I'm just trying to finish everything before JRPG Hell next month. Specifically the JRPGs that I'm currently already playing. And so I'm a little bit here and there when it comes to times to record. Throw in like bonus things that surprised me, like, oh, I don't know, Monster Hunter World just showing up. I was not expecting that. I assume I can't get in here. No, it's not letting me. Or, can I go in here? Nope. Invisible walls. Well, I guess I should I progress. I just want to loot everything, man.
All right, here we go. Ready to go in?
You sound nervous.
Nervous? No. Never mind. Come on, let's go in.
I really like the voice acting for these characters.
The Hall of War is not only where most of Northander politics are conducted, but also where emissaries and diplomats from other empires are first received when visiting Greykeep. It is easy to understand the reason. Once one has walked on the marble floors, through the gilded arches, and beneath the eyes of the many statues that adorn its giant halls.
I'm just afraid to talk in this game. They're very chatty. Now, this is really pretty. Sometimes I play games and I'm like, this would be a really cool place to just be.
I said dismissed.
But all we need is more time. The cure is within reach, and we...
You've had your time, and what did you achieve? Nothing. People are dying as we speak, and if we do not stop this plague right now, it'll wipe out all of Greyfell next. I've made my decision. Once you've found a cure, fine, we will use it, but for now, this is the only way.
I understand, Lord Marshal. Forgive me for my failure.
Dismissed. General Noria, how long will it take you to reach Leonard?
7 days. 5 to 6 if we get fresh horses around King's Crossing.
Then do that. The Treasure Master will provide you with the coin.
Good.
Lord Marshal, General Noria, you wanted to see us?
We did. Sentenza?
Yes. What do you know about the Bloodburn?
I'm not sure what you mean, sir.
So, our commitment to secrecy worked for a change. That's refreshing.
The Bloodburn is a plague. The first time we heard about it was about 3 months ago. For almost a moon's turn now, every capable alchemist of Greyfell and Everlight has been searching for a cure, and there are rumors that the elves, the dwarves, and even the greenskins are affected by it as well. Problem is, we are nowhere near a solution, and recently there's been a massive outbreak at a village near Greyfell, Leonon.
And am I right to assume that this Bloodburn is lethal?
Absolutely. It's by far the most dangerous plague EO has seen since the Red Fever. Frankly, it corrupts a person's blood, hence the name. It starts with a light fever and some nausea. Within a week, people will bleed from their mouths and their eyes. We don't know what causes it, and so far, no medicine has shown to help. Once the first symptoms show, it goes quickly. The blood forms blisters, which eventually burst open, and by then, the fever already causes an excruciating, sometimes lethal pain. After that, it's over quickly. Within the next few days, the victim will bleed out like a slaughtered pig.
Tiara's breath.
Indeed.
I see. Any idea what causes it? How does it spread?
Well, that's the thing. We don't know. Some things seem to suggest that it's contagious, whereas some alchemists believe the infections occur at random.
At random?
Well, not entirely. Apparently there's a pattern, but it seems almost too ridiculous to say it.
The infected we've talked to, many of them have reported hearing, I don't know how to put it, noises around where the infection must have taken place.
Noises?
Yes, some of them even said it sounded like a voice. Superstitious nonsense, of course. But it might suggest that it's more than a mere disease, which is troubling.
A curse. That is what you're suggesting, isn't it?
A curse? No. If anything, I think it might be some kind of magical anomaly. However, you're not here to muse about the causes of the plague. We have scholars set on that. You're here because the Wolf Guard will set out on a mission. Sentenza?
We have to find a way to contain the outbreak in that village, Leonon. If the infections reach Greyfell, we will be faced with a catastrophe that will make the Mage Wars look like a pleasant dream. Thus, we, together with a small division of Northander soldiers, will travel to Leonon and assess the situation and see what we can do.
I understand. But if there's no cure, how can we contain it?
We'll see when we get there.
What's my role in this?
What kind of question is that? You're a member of the Wolf Guard and this is a royal mission. End of story.
If the Bloodburn is deadly, how do we protect ourselves when we get into the contaminated territory?
Again, we haven't understood the Bloodburn's distribution pattern yet, so there's a chance it'll not affect you anyway. But to make sure, our alchemists have prepared a concoction that's supposed to protect against the infection.
Supposed to protect?
Well, it did work for our scouts. We'll simply have to take the risk.
Understood. When do we set out?
Tomorrow at first light. Just get your things and your potion from the alchemist downstairs. His name is Albertus de Reims. Then meet me at the gate when you're ready. Anything else, Lord Marshal Arondir?
No. Just solve the problem.
We will.
Alright, I think we're good. Let's get out of here. Oh, good, the game saves automatically after dialogue points. That's actually going to be really helpful, because I do tend to forget to save during these games. And sometimes that means a loss of progress, which always sucks. But yeah, this would be one of those locations that I'd love to walk around in as like a tourist and just take pictures of something. I did that when I was in Budapest and it was wonderful. I got to go to some like really old school like cathedrals and stuff. It was beautiful. Not the kind of place I'd like to spend, you know, too much time at, but still. Let's see, who's the guy I'm supposed to talk to? Albert de Reims. Oh, there he is.
Are you Albertus de Reims?
Depends on who's asking.
Corporal Carpel and Corporal Tahar, Wolfguard. We were told you can give us a medicine that can protect against the Bloodburn.
Ah, so that's you. Yes, here are your potions. Drink 2 sips of it 2 hours before entering the contaminated zone. It lasts for about 7 hours.
And it works?
Of course it works. Just make sure to never go over my suggested dose, otherwise it can be lethal. Now, is there anything else? If not, I've got business to attend to.
No, that was all. Thank you.
Alright, and we're good. Yeah, it is. The further we get into this game, the further we get to listen to Sentenza Noria, the more I realized he is just Geralt of Rivia. I love voice actors. I love his voice. He does a great voice. But he might almost be too famous for that voice at this point. And like, I love listening to it, but I can only hear The Witcher. I can only hear Geralt of Rivia. It's hard for me to hear Sentenza Noria. This actually would have been a really cool game almost if
You're dodging.
No, I'd actually like to play a CRPG based off of the Witcher universe. I know technically the first Witcher was a CRPG, but you only controlled like one party member and stuff. And it'd be kind of interesting to have that world expressed through this kind of gameplay. But nah. I'd rather people stay original and come up with new things, not just, you know, rehash old forever. Personally, I actually kind of hope that the Witcher games are done with Witcher 3. From what it sounds like, the author of the Witcher books doesn't actually like the Witcher games at all. He's like, they're ruining the sales of my books, and it's like, I don't think that's true. You can believe that it's like Phil Fish saying like Let's Players are ruining the sales of his video games. Like, I think that's not true at all. I've had a lot of people actually comment on this series already, being like, hey, saw your video and it kind of sold me on it, because this looks really good, or, you know, I was looking for a good example of what this game looks like, and here we go, and it looks nice. And I'm like, yes, I'm helping. Or at least I'm trying to help, I don't know. But, I don't know. Anybody that passes up on the free promotion of a goddamn video game, like, that is probably one of the most critically acclaimed ever. Like, you have to be insane to think that that's hurting your bottom line. I don't know, some people just don't understand the industry, I guess. Like, I could understand, like, Disney being pissed off at EA for making a bad Star Wars game and being like, that's hurting our bottom line. But Witcher? I don't know.
There you are. Ready?
We are.
Good. Then let's go get the others. We have a long journey ahead of us.
So, world map. Interesting. So, I guess this game really might switch between RTS and CRPG. Because you can go back to the world map at any time as long as you don't currently control an active RTS base. Okay. See, and it's not going to tutorialize this because I've already been here. So I guess we could just head straight to Leonon. Why not? Wide swaths of green, fertile soil, lakes and rivers rich in fish. The people of Leonon, a small village in the meadowlands of Leonidar, have long led a peaceful life. Now the tides have turned. According to word of mouth, the village has been struck by the Bloodburn. It is your mission to ascertain these rumors' veracity and act accordingly. 7 days to make it up here? Really? Looks like you could see it from there. Whatever. I shouldn't question world maps. The space dilation is probably kind of ridiculous. It's just, on a 2-scale basis, Greykeep would be monstrously large. Or it's all just stylistic. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. This world map actually really reminds me of We Are the Dwarves. Holy shit. Wait, how big is this map? Whoa. I expected it was going to stop at some point, but we might be playing this game for a while. Boy. Okay, sure. Okay, before we go anywhere, I should probably save. Even though it does seem to... Yeah, wow. Level save, autosave, quick save. This game saves constantly. I actually really like that. Alright. Well, let's go. And I can pick what characters to bring with. That's interesting. So no matter what, I'm locked in. I could just kick Anselm out of the party. I probably should bring him along, but I feel like this is going to be a mistake. Oh well.
Wide swathes of green, fertile soil, lakes and rivers rich in fish. The people of Leonon, a small village in the meadowlands of Leonidar, have long led a peaceful life. Now the tides have turned. According to word of mouth, the village has been struck by the Bloodburn. It is your mission to ascertain these rumors' veracity and act accordingly.
All I'm saying is that I just don't understand why people always act that way. I mean,
Quiet. We're here.
This is Leonon? Huh, looks pretty serene.
Still.
What about our troops? Should we wait for them to catch up?
No. Our first task is to assess the situation anyway. How bad is it, and how many are infected? Once we have a clearer picture, we'll act accordingly.
Meaning?
We'll see.
I'm surprised Anselm hasn't gotten pissy at me yet. Okay, so we have our tank. I guess I really should start focusing on getting healing spells now that I think about it. Raise. Single target. Massive damage to a building. Oh, death blow. Single target. Damage is massively increased if the target's stunned. Dual wielding might not be a bad idea. Oh, he's already learned it though. Two-handers is useless. Cleave, kind of useless. And the rest is like party level 5. Well, I could put points into leadership for Sentenza Noria. That might not be a bad idea, actually. Now let's have him start focusing on leadership. Hopefully he doesn't get kicked out of the party. I mean, if he's the voice actor for Geralt, maybe if we're lucky. That'll carry over. Question. What? Are his stats just straight up better than mine? They are. Why is everybody just better than me? Okay, me and Bertrand are fine, but Sentenza Noria and Anselm are, like, sufficiently stronger. Hopefully I catch up at some point. Well. Might as well just huck fireballs. I'll figure it out. Let's see. Do we have Fire Spark? Oh, Fire Spark is the single target. I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we're picking up a whole bunch of AoEs here, which is helpful. Unfortunately, we do not have any specific healers. So I will have to I will have to go out of my way to either start picking up some healing spells, or maybe we'll recruit one soon. I mean, there was that elf chick. Maybe if she shows up, she'll be our healer. Tree must have hit the man while he was on all fours looking for something. Good to know. Holy crap! Fireball is ridiculous. Okay, I'm not regretting going pure blaster mage. Turns out that's the way to go. Oh.
More cutthroats. Take them down.
Let's see. Regular fireball. Let's see. Gonna go over here. Let's stun the priest. He's probably the healer. Okay. Yeah, so we'll have to spend some time healing. To be honest, but it'll be worth it. Okay. Well, we're doing well. We're doing real well. It looks like health and focus might recover faster outside of combat. No, not necessarily. Oh, cannot pick up food, no capital. Okay. Well, claim reward. What do we have? Mace, glaive, flamberge, composite bow. I'm probably going to go with the composite bow. I don't know what Bertrand is wielding. Yeah, it's just a long bow. So he's got the wolf guard, light armor. Yeah. Looks like we're back up to full health, too. Focus is going to take a little while. I might invest in intelligence in a number of my guys. Just so it comes back relatively quickly. Oh. Run away. Let's see. Whirlwind, Warcry, Ricochet Shot. That's a big old mess of wolves that I can just wail on. I really like the hero party that I can just roll around with. I think the combat in this game feels pretty good. Obviously not nearly as deep or honestly as interesting as I would say Divinity Original Sins is, but like that's a tall order to compete with. To be totally frank. Like I love Divinity, but it's kind of set this awful standard for combat that I'm not sure how many games are going to be able to compete with that for a while. Like, I actually have trouble with games like Tyranny, for example. Because of how good Divinity's combat is in comparison. And I think I'm always going to be a little bit grumple about it. It's like, oh, but I could just go play Divinity's combat. I mean, it'll be okay. I'm sure Obsidian will come up with even more interesting things. The spell combo system was actually really, really well done. Oh, we're still in combat? News to me. Now we're not. Alright. Cannot pick up wood, cannot pick up food. Okay, so I'm gonna go, let's go to town. Let's figure it out past this point. The bodies show clear signs of the Bloodburn. Their bodies are slightly swollen and have started to decompose. We estimate the time of death to be about 2 days ago. Okay. Am I going the right way? Yeah, it looks like I'm more or less going the right way.
What the? Elves?
Salangar, who are you? And what by Ellen's reigns are you doing here?
Sentenza Noria, General of the Wolf Guard. And we'll be the ones asking the questions. This is Nortander territory.
Wolf? Oh, I see. Then talk to our scryer, Elion, Evran. I believe she will want to have a word with you.
So do I.
Who? Who is their scryer? I guess up here, probably. One of these people? Her?
Evran? Evran?
Evran?
Elven dialect. It means something like human or orc.
It means brown blood, or stranger, as opposed to Evwen, which means pure blood.
Brown blood. Why?
I don't know.
Evron?
Where is your scryer? Maybe they're in town. I'm just gonna assume they're in town too. The elves are just camped outside here. Maybe they're helping. Maybe any number of things are going on. Maybe I've totally missed it. I don't know. No, that's a bunch of elves. Yeah, there's just a big old elf camp here. Lot of elves. Okay.
The Wolf Guard. Huh. This will be interesting.
What are you doing here? This is Nortander territory.
It is, and we are aware of that. But I'm afraid recent developments have made our presence necessary.
Spare me the verbiage. What's the meaning of this?
As you might know, this village has been struck by the Bloodburn. We are here to investigate.
Since when exactly? You've built quite an outpost.
Since a source informed us that there would be an outbreak, which was 3 weeks ago.
You knew there'd be an outbreak?
Yes.
Well, investigating is also what we're here for. Maybe we could join forces.
I appreciate the notion, but I'm afraid this won't be possible.
Why?
Because I know what you came here to do, and it's a mistake.
What do you mean?
All right, that's enough. We're here by order of the Queen, and according to the White Mist Treaty, you will now step...
You're not.
What?
The White Mist Treaty was struck between the Moorhere Scryers and Queen Aelith. You are acting under the orders of Lord Marshal Arondir, to whom we have sworn no loyalty. Or should I say, Lord Angar and those mage-slaughtering purity fanatics who are really making the laws of your country now.
The purity has nothing to do with this. We are here to prevent the Bloodburn from spreading.
Well, we will take care of that. Now leave, or I will make you.
Was that a threat?
It was. You have 5 minutes to get back to where you came from. Then our archers will open fire. Leave.
Fall back!
Oh, elves will become hostile in 5 minutes. That's not an empty threat. Well, I guess we're up against elves here. I was wondering about that, and I was like, what, do I just get elf troops right off the bat? And the answer is no, I get elf enemies. Well, time to kick some ass.
Bloodburn. How come we never heard about this until now?
Because the Crown wanted to avoid a panic. Though it's too late for that now. Word is spreading rapidly, and those purity lunatics are using it to their advantage.
I guess you don't like them.
No. And I think Arondir's way of handling them is dangerous.
Okay. Loot some stuff. And what's this guy? Okay, it's the same thing. So we might end up being kind of a rogue faction here.
Our troops got up. Good.
General Noria, you, what's the matter? Is something wrong?
Look up ahead and you'll see. We have unwanted company. Where's the rest of you?
At the crossroads, sir. Waiting for your word.
Good. Then send them in. The elves won't let us into the village, so we'll force them to. If we do it right, they won't stand a chance. Ansem, you'll help me develop a strategy. Corporal Tahar, you will oversee the setting up of the outpost. What's your name?
Seamark, sir. Gerald Seamark.
And you grew up here, right?
That is correct, sir.
Good. Then you know the area. Now, let's get started. If these damned Moorhere want blood, they shall have it.
Okay, your first base. To get your economy running, start by building woodcutters and hunting cabins. Buildings need workers assigned to them in order to function. Be aware of all your workers and always make sure you have workers assigned to the main sector buildings, outpost or capital. Workers assigned to those will move resources around to the locations that need them within the sector. It's never too early to start training an army. You can do this by building basic military units at your capital or advanced military units at a barracks or caserne. Okay. Oh, that's just a busted bridge, which I can fix up. Well, I assume this is the location that I'm supposed to build my base. Actually, no, this is my base. Okay, base management. Your capital is the heart of your base. If your enemy succeeds in destroying it, you lose the game. Your capital also allows you to research new technologies and see all of your gathered resources as well as your workers currently available for assignment. Press comma to toggle the economy view, which grants you an overview of a sector's resources and the worker assignment of each building. Notifications are messages that appear next to your minimap when in RTS mode. They inform you about important events. Click on a notification to center on it. Click the notification button to display all previously displayed notifications, so this one. Okay, well, let's start by doing tier 1. Oh, do I have to research some of these things? Let's retreat. City center. Stoneworks, barracks, watchtower, fishery, hunting cabin. Okay. Oh, I'm supposed to talk to Jared.
You're Corporal Tahar, I assume.
Yeah. Any advice on how to get started?
We should probably stock up on provisions first. I suggest we send out some men to hunt and do some wood cutting.
Got it.
And be sure to task some of our men to take care of transporting the resources, too. If everyone is assigned to a specific job, there'll be no one left to do that.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. So we just want to build a hunting cabin, which... Okay, fine. We've got this. Let's see, logging. Bunch of logging over there. 226 over here, 35, 14, 135. Well, looks like building it over here might be the best idea. It says 600 wood. I don't know if it means it costs 600 wood to make, or what exactly. Oh, this is 225. Or, whatever. Who cares? Okay, and we'll do a hunting cabin, which... I don't know if we need to be as particular about that. Let's hide these unsightly bodies. Alright, well that happens. Let's wander around. We've got a group of spiders over here that we should probably deal with. Get them out of the way so they don't just immediately attack me. An old shack, most likely a hunter's cabin. There's a rotten smell coming from inside. Oh boy. That's it's a lot of spiders. Let's do a ricochet shot. Okay, and fireball. Right in the middle of that mess. That's good stuff. That's real good stuff. And it's like, that's a lot of spiders. Which I can then blow up. I don't know. I love games where I can use and abuse AoE spells really well. Fireball in original Baldur's Gate and Temple of Elemental Evil was always just really satisfying. I'm gonna assign 2 builders to that to fix that broken bridge. It looks like the logging cabin and the hunting cabin are both good. Okay, so I have 2 remaining... No, I have 2 carriers. Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. So I need a blueprint to make anything else. Yeah, so it says I can research new techs here, but I don't quite believe it. Okay, so we got earthquake. Severely damage all buildings caught within it. Let's reduce the cost on pyromancy to begin with, because reducing costs seems like a good idea. Next up, honestly, it's halfway tempting to just put points into int. Be kind of a one-trick pony that's generally always in the back. Let's see, so he's got Hawkeye, ranged mastery, bonus damage with ranged weapons, and dex.
So much to do, so little time.
Let's see, so party level's only level 3, so we can't get too far in. I was looking at this. Encourage repair. Some of these might be useful, but I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be useful yet. Bartering could be handy later. So it could get cleave. Let's get death blow. And I'll give him some more strength. And give him some con. And alchemist blood. Or holy shield. Do holy shield. Don't know if it's necessarily the most effective, but still. Grab these. And has the bridge been fixed yet? No, it hasn't.